It's okay. Even if we have to go live, we can say she's coming with that. I mean, let's keep it real. Shrija,
It's okay.
chalega.
हाँ ठीक.
Hmm. Ma, yeah, are you recording yet? No, na?
Yeah, अभी होगा start.
ठीक है मानव आइस चाहिए और थोड़ा सा कॉफी पाउडर चाहिए.
But you are from Pune, right?
Yeah, last decade I've been in Pune, born and brought up in
Yeah, so
Mumbai.
we are live.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Mhm. It's 4:40.
There is a 20-second lag in Facebook live.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now we need to see.
How do you see it? You're like,
You don't need to go. Probably you can see the stream. Now it's live on Facebook. So we're waiting for Akash to come and then we'll start. Exactly at 4:44, 3 minutes to go. Yeah.
Super.
Yeah. Okay. So here I go.
All pretty faces, huh?
All pretty faces. Hi,
So we
Akash is here
Hi.
and we are live on Facebook. And
Okay.
2 more minutes to go. Let our friends join. If you want to cross post anybody from the Life Changer workshop, you can cross post to your pages. And Healing with Akash, Akash, you said that name, right? Healing with
Yeah,
Akash is
yeah.
your page. Okay. And Soul Magic for Shilpa.
Mm-hmm.
And Anushri is having my page only, so Life Changer workshop.
My page is right now, it is release friend, heal yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. Just cross post.
So I think it notes.
2 viewers already, and they are waiting.
You know, I was suddenly reminded of the affirmation that I had created for myself. I think I shared with you guys, right?
Yep. So friends. Okay. Right.
And we are counting down for 444.
it is 4:40.
Okay. 444 exactly. So we invoke the angels right
Yes.
now. Can you do it for us, Shilpa? Can we invoke the angels before we even start?
Yeah, so I'm going to start with the affirmation which I said in the beginning that
Okay.
in this moment we are going to invoke Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and our own personal guardian angels, ascended masters, to really be with us because our intent is to serve for the highest good of all. And I pray what we speak and really, really bring light and hope for everyone involved. And so it is now.
Okay. So welcome to End the Stigma, an open forum discussion on depression and anxiety by four of us. And I'm so glad that Akash, Anushri, and Shilpa and myself decided to do this. And we really believe that it is very important for each one of us to come out with whatever brush with depression we had in our lives and talk about it openly. and end the stigma around it, that people with depression are to be bucketed in a certain list, or have to be seen in a certain way, so they can just face life like everybody else, and they can also heal themselves and get a second chance with life. So I welcome Shilpa to take this forward, and how would you like to take it forward? And then we'll introduce our participants one by one, as
Yeah,
along with their stories. Yeah.
right. Thank you so much. I'm going to hold on to the introduction right now about them, but I want to directly dive into the story because we are here to completely talk about uh, depression, to talk about what can really happen when one is undergoing depression. Because today, I was having this conversation this afternoon with some of my friends. We had a meditation session, and we said that because it is so intangible, it's not something that people openly speak about or even connect or are very concerned about. So if you have a fracture, instantly somebody will say, Kya hua? And what can I do for you? But the moment you say you're depressed, I think some of us know what reactions and responses we've got, and therefore I'm going to dive into that conversation, uh, asking everybody this question. Akash, Shrija, Anushri, you can come in anytime you feel like, and you can choose to remain uh, silent and let us know whenever you want to speak up. So the question is that to all of us, including me, because I have been a witness to depression for many, many years in my early teen. So here is my question, which is open to all of us. Did we even know we were depressed? And if we did, when did we realize that we were undergoing depression?
So to be very honest, Shilpa, I never realized I was in depression,
Right.
Mm.
and I knew I was sad because my relationships had broke. My relationship broke. I felt betrayed. I felt
Hmm.
rejected and dejected. So I was
Hmm.
sad, but I didn't know I was actually depressed, not just sad.
Hmm.
And I only realized I was in depression when I actually reached the edge, at the brim, when I took a step which I should not have taken. Only
Hmm.
after that I realized that okay, I was actually depressed. And for a couple of years, I was still shying away with to admit that fact that I was actually depressed because I knew that people probably will not understand. You know,
Yeah, true.
so and that's the sad part that the people who are suffering shy away, and and that is the reason people around shy away and deny. So
True.
this
I
is
love
a
what you
very
just
big
said,
problem.
I loved what you just said that people who are suffering themselves are in denial that they are depressed. A lot of
Absolutely.
times. Different people, of course, will have different experiences, but yeah, so because you were so somewhere in denial, it was very difficult for others to also accept you or even to open up about it.
Yeah,
But it
because
was a situation that
it was a
caused you.
situation.
Hmm,
Because what we do is we kind of take our entire life around something, and we focus, and there's only one focal point for all. For me it was that relationship. I didn't see anything beyond that.
hmm,
So the entire thing starts from that one focal point, and if that fails, then you don't know what to do.
true.
How do we deal with that? Because there's no particular formula to deal, for such in such situations. There's no formula. There's no pre-prescribed thing that okay, ऐसा होगा तो ऐसा करना है. पता नहीं. So we don't know,
You
and that's what
mentioned you were
happened.
driven off the edge, but I'm going to come to that in a bit. That what did you mean by you were driven off the edge? Yeah, but Shrija, Akash, would you guys want to give
Akash,
your
would you like to
inputs?
throw some light on when was the
Yeah,
time exactly when you realized that okay, cannot deal with this and it's going towards depression?
yeah. Actually, as I lost my son at the age of 16, uh, after that, I was trauma. I myself didn't know I am in depression or what I am going
Oh.
through. I'm just staying silent, not talking to anyone, and wanted to stay in my room only. And whatever I am doing, whatever the work I am doing at the home, everything is going forcefully. My body is not just helping me out to do anything. So many pains are in the body. And then keenly I observed, I went to the doctors,
Mhm.
and they give me the medicines and so many medicines. And doctor said me you are in the depression. So it is like that. I started medicine, I am sleeping a lot in the daytime, in the night time, dizziness is there. And like a confused person, every time I'm like a confused person. So then then I just give a thought to me, "Ki, what is this happening? How it will work if I will lie down every time? Then how will manage?" So I don't think anyone can find out that he or she is in depression. uh, there are few symptoms, then we keenly observe, then we can know that yes, this is depression. So anyone who is staying inside, wants to stay in darkness, and who wants to hold the things inside and don't want to meet any person in the friend circle or family. And I think when someone is started taking zero interest in family atmosphere, or whatever the things are going in the family, so that is the time someone has to come up for the help, because the person who is in depression, he never come out, he or she, what whosoever is.
Absolutely. I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is the responsibility, I think. Can't say responsibility, if anyone is friends or family is observing that, they must talk to the person, what I feel.
So these were all your symptoms, right? Your personal
Yeah,
symptoms.
yes, these were my
And
personal.
interestingly, you didn't even know you were going through depression.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
yes.
was there like a change in the behavior or personality suddenly for you?
Yes, I was not a person like staying inside and not talking to anyone. After this incident, when it happened, uh, suddenly it came out.
So what were you prior to that? Would you like to speak a little bit about that? So we
Yes.
understand that there is a stark difference, or there are these subtle clues for the viewers who are listening to us, that this could be a change or an alteration of behavior. Of
Hmm.
course, we always need a professional guidance, but you've gone
Yes,
Yeah.
through it, so we are asking you this.
yeah. After as I went to the doctor, and he gave me the medicines and all that, and it doesn't make any difference actually. It makes my position more worse.
Mhm.
So then it came in my mind itself. No one, no one actually approached me, and it came in my mind itself that it's the time to take some help. Then I
Mm.
started searching on Google, what can I do for myself. And so guys, in this I think in this atmosphere, no one has time actually, not even a family member or a friend. Everyone
I
is busy
agree.
in their own life. So everyone come for 2 or 3 days or 1 week or 1 month, and then you have to handle of yourself.
I like it. You have to handle it
So,
yourself.
so
Yeah, so I
like
was
I
asking,
understand.
sorry.
Hmm. No,
Yeah.
no, no. Sorry. Continue.
What were
Yeah.
you prior to this? What was your personality prior to you understanding there was a depression? Like one or two qualities, if you could share with us.
um, I can't make it a difference, I think. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Srisha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, mine was very subtle. I didn't even know that, like, from a chirpy, bubbly person to having extreme mood swings. And I had tuberculosis of lungs in 2012. And
Okay.
of course, my sister's episode happened around 2004, right? So that was already, kind of festering within me. And I started doubting the entire universe. Like, I couldn't trust a single person post that. Even my husband was facing the issue with me, because I was not able to trust. So, and that trust, you never know when the thin line of being over emotional to slipping into depression, you don't even know when it crosses. So, I remember once having a tiff on the roadside with somebody, you know, I remember the car incident.
Hmm.
And that was the day when I realized this is not me. This is just not me. This is not the Shrija who keeps dancing around every place. I was the youngest in my family, so I was a very happy-go-lucky person. So on that day, I went to Apollo, got an appointment done, spoke to my best friend. She's a counselor in Roshni in Hyderabad. So my best friend Jeshri Sarda, and she's always been in the journey with me. And she realized that she on the edge, like over emotional, and then you're moving towards the depressive side. So I went and consulted many doctors. Of course, in Calcutta, very sadly, we don't have many experts on this. I'm sorry to be stating it so openly here, but we don't have experts. So they give you labels which are really big labels, and then you get scared. What the hell has happened to me? But fortunately, I got hold of Dr. Jain and other people, and they pulled me out of it, and they actually guided me to what exactly is the way forward. So that is how it is for me. I want to know, Shilpa, from you, when was the exact moment for you when you realized that you are getting towards depression?
So, it's very interesting because I led a dual life where I was when I was growing up, I was the center of the party. You put me
Mm.
anywhere, and any Devi or Madhuri number, oh God, this is coming out in open at the cost of sounding, I don't know what. And I would just start dancing, and if I'm meeting someone very full of life, very bubbly, high and extroverted soul. And in school, I was a leader and stuff. But I remember the moment I entered the first year of college, which is 11th in Mumbai, 11th is college. Um, I knew for a very long time that something is wrong with me because I would have sleepless nights. So, and I had this crazy body aches. And the moment it's dark, the fear would set in. Of course, I had a very strong reason, but it would take me a while to understand that it is all connected, you know. And as I'm revisiting that memory, something in my body is really acting up right now, but that's fine. I'm going to speak about this.
Yeah.
Um, and when we entered college, and you're adulting, you're in your teenage, and the jokes are cracked, and that's when it hit me home that what's happening to me
Hmm.
is absolutely what is not supposed to happen to any human being on earth.
Absolutely, because
Uh,
it's so.
so that story, that thought that, oh my God, I am physically violated, had shut everything for me. Not
Yeah.
like I didn't know for many years that something wrong is happening with me. I'm too young to be experiencing this kind of an abuse. But it hit me home in my 11th standard. And I had started to put on, I had stopped talking. I would rarely come out of my room, dig myself into books. Uh, what is interesting is because I lived in a joint community and a large family, I did not want others to know that I'm going through major pain. Okay. So I have this apparently lovely smile. I've been told that. So when I'm outside of my room, I'm just smiling like kuch nahi hua hai.
Hmm.
So I would keep smiling, but I had crazy aches and pain.
Depressive people, yeah, anybody who's going through mental traumas or any kind of this thing, become very good performers. They just
Yeah,
know how to act, I feel.
yeah.
Yes, yes,
It's
yes.
true. I was told at one
Yeah,
point कि आपको acting में जाना चाहिए because आप अभी तो रो रहे थे और 5 मिनट बाद लोग आ रहे तो you're really smiling. And it
Yeah.
would be
yes.
like a switch in the moment. I'm like, hi, how are you? Oh, all is well with me. But
So
internally,
there's a
sorry,
very
yeah,
interesting thing I read, a very, very interesting thing, taking a cue from what you said.
sure.
I read a very interesting article recently, which was talking about smiling depression.
Wow. I didn't know about this.
So, yeah, so there is a typical kind of depression that people And most of the people who are in depression get into this. It's called smiling depression, and it is hard to diagnose. Okay, so what happens is that people do not realize, and they're smiling away to the glory. They're doing everything as a normal human being, like you or me or anybody else would do. But they are kind of giving a portrait in front of the public forum that I'm happy, I'm smiling, and there's nothing wrong with me. So that's called smiling depression.
I'm going to research about this later on, but thank you so much. I didn't even know. Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you for letting us know, yeah, because this is really something. Yeah, and people like Sushant, if I talk about, could
it
anybody
is actually smiling
check-
depression for him.
Yeah, he was
Was a
always
smiling
smiling and yeah, right. So
So most of my relatives did not even know that I'm going through depression, and the family I came from was pretty orthodox. So publicly, top you either which ways don't tell people you're unwell, especially if you're going to a psychiatrist. So I did go to psychiatrist. I did take a lot of medicines, uh, but that was not my issue. My real issue was not addressed. You know, and my issue was about getting voicing out that I'm going through difficulties with somebody very close, and my challenge was abuse, but they completely shifted into this is a made up story and ऐसा कुछ हो नहीं रहा है. So I had that's another story to tell for some other day. But this is how, Shrija, I realized that I'm depressed. I started to put on, I started to lose
and
interest.
alone handling it. So,
Yeah,
yes.
I had no support. I had uh, for me, at least personally, it was very challenging because I went, uh, so I don't know how many people saying, help me and bail me out of it. I know what is happening is not right.
Yeah.
Get me out of this. But in my journey, including the doctors, I had to fight my own journey because the doctors were also not with me. So sometimes we do have this kind of professional challenges too, where you're not being
Yes,
trusted or believed
unfortunately,
or listened to, you know.
yes.
And this is somewhere in early
Very recently, I
90s.
think this has, yeah, those times it was really difficult. Very recently, now people are getting aware. So we have so many counselors and, the people to listen to.
Yes,
True.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. So now,
True.
what's the next question? Let's move
So
forward
I'm going
from
to
here.
move around, and this is not just about
And
talking
we
about.
have been joined by a lot of people. So we have loads of people on, Facebook who are watching us. Dr. Ankita, Oza, and a lot of people have joined us. So
Wow.
hi to all of you, friends. And we are talking about depression and anxiety. It's an open forum. You all can question us. You can put your comments in. It end the stigma, and I'm joined by Shilpa, Akash, and Anushri on this day. So yeah, let's move forward, Shilpa.
Right. So, like we had decided, the journey is not about what are our challenges, but we also want to speak with the audience as to what was our turning point, or did we ever realize that now we need to do something about our lives? But just before that, Anushri,
Yeah.
you said you were on the edge. So it was not just depression for you. I think you went an extra step ahead. Would you like to talk about it?
Yes, Shilpa, I did go an extra step ahead because what happens is the kind of family that we come from. Uh, you're loved, you're pampered, you are taken so much care that it is so difficult at times when you're betrayed, when you're rejected and rejected, from the person you want to focus on. So I couldn't see, there was a dark tunnel in front of me. I couldn't see anything ahead of my life. What would I do? I've not been, I was not a very aggressive and go getter kind of a person at that point of time. All for me was my house, my family, all that. That's what I thought of, existed for me, and that ended. That finished. I mean, it just finished, shattered. There was a dark tunnel. There was shattered relationship. There was a rejection. So I felt there's no point living. Let me just end it. And I think by ending, I would, get over all this pain that I can't bear it anymore. And there I was. I took that step. And thankfully, I had people who saved me. And so one of them is here. So she just actually, the person who actually saved me is Shrija, because there was nobody else at that point in time. It was only and only her. So that's all. I mean, I think that the feeling that that point in time was a dark tunnel. I could see nothing at all.
Yeah.
I saw nothing. I couldn't even see my 4-year-old child at that point in time. Because for me, it was like I can't bear it. I can't take it. I don't know what will, what, how do I move ahead from this? How will I rear her up? What will happen to me, my future? Nothing I could figure out. So I just tried to kill myself.
So, Shrisha, how did you realize that she has taken such a drastic step?
Um, of course, the times were very challenging for us as a family. Our parents were in the States, and I was married, and she was in the house alone with her daughter, 2-year-old, 2-year-old, right? Maybe.
Oh,
So, yeah, four. But,
Okay.
so we were like literally, I was babysitting for her, for baby, and she came back from office, and it so happened that she was very sleepy and dizzy, and she wasn't replying properly, and something was amiss, in her behavior. And I kept questioning her, what is happening, what is happening? And calls were coming to her, and she wasn't really replying very well. So of course I got it. She told me, Yuki, I kept, pestering her to tell me exactly what's happening. And she told me, and immediately I think I called my husband and the whole crew. And very sadly, I would say, many of the doctors we knew of didn't come for help.
Oh,
So only few doctors were really brave, and I would take the name of Dr. Jain, and Dr. Jain from Calcutta. He is one of the doctors who came to our place, and he helped me save my sister.
wow.
So yes, and my husband helped me, and one of our friends had also joined in. So three of us were working for on her, and few of her family members, like in-law family members, also came by. But ultimately, whatever, it was a fight. 3 weeks later, she woke up, from that. So
And this was how many years ago, if you don't mind me asking, if you're okay with
two,
it?
2004, 16 years.
16 years.
Wow.
16 years. Yeah.
Wow.
It's exactly 16 years actually.
Yeah.
It
Wow.
was July 2004, and we're in June
Yes.
2025.
And it shook the
Yes.
entire family, awake. Now we are awakened people, all of us.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we are not the public shy, and we're not, into anything. Like we just face it, boss. We face everything. Bring it on.
But
Yeah.
It's
it's
like,
amazing if you have a
catch the
supportive.
bull by the horns. It's a catch
Hmm.
the bull by the horns and face it. That's it. That's the thing.
Yeah. So it was like an awakening call, and that's why we are here talking about it. So yes, Shilpa, about you now,
Wow.
off the edge, and then we
Okay.
come to Akash. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, for me, it was not one attempt, but it was three attempts. And that started from somewhere in my early teens. Yeah, 17 and a half was the first time I made an attempt. And I still I don't remember what happened, but later on, of course, I got to know that those days we had landlines. So I had lost all the hope. The moment for me was कि अगर ऐसे भी I'm good for nothing, because we women are taught that our body is what makes us worthy, you know, or you're pure if your body is, so to say, pure. And for me, in my head, it was already said that I'm very impure, you know. And when I did ask for help with the family, uh, it was shoved it under the carpet. It is something you don't talk about. It's bad, but you don't talk about. So I thought that if I end my life, it's going to be just good for everybody. I don't have to deal with this pain. I am not worthy of anybody. I can't see myself in mirror because I'm supposed to be ugly. Okay, and I hated myself. I thought I was really ugly. I hated the fact that I people would call me pretty, because it would just take me to all the pain that I went through because of course, it was back then. I don't believe in that, but it was indoctrinated that because you're beautiful, people are doing whatever that they're doing to you. So I thought it's just better to end my life. It's not worth living anymore. Either I walk away or I kill myself. Walking away was not an option. I was in a very cocoon family environment. where even if we have to go to our uncle's, there is a chauffeurable car and there is always somebody keeping a tab on you. So it was not possible. How do I run away? I don't even know world. I know nothing. So yeah, and I remember calling one of my childhood best friend. That's what she told me later. I dialed her in my most unconscious state. And that was the time when cell phones just started coming. And luckily, my mom and my dad both had cell phones, and she dialed my mom. And that's how I survived the first time. But I had many weeks of memory relapse, uh, gap rather. I would look at my wardrobe and say, "Ye kab aaya tha? I don't know." So I had a huge challenge for a few months. It took me a lot of time to get my bearings. Uh,
And how many pills were there, if you could just share?
100 pills, 10 mg each. I was
And
saving.
for Anushri, how many?
100 to 10
I
mg.
shouldn't be laughing. It's. I have no idea how to
We
express this, but
have
it's.
to let people know about such cases, and
I was
when to
planning
stop
my
and when
death for
to
6 months. I was planning it for 6 long months. It was not impulsive for me.
You
Otherwise,
cannot
I
buy so many pills in one
precisely.
shot. So I
I
was also
was.
planning it.
I was
It
planning
took
it
me
really well.
time to
That
buy. Yeah,
yeah. It's just that
it took
there
time
was a
to buy.
breakdown moment, and I had to do it because I couldn't take it anymore. The pain I was going through, and that was nobody made sense to me that time. It was just I have to end this pain. I have to end this misery. Any which ways, my parents have more children, so they're not going to miss me. Life is going to move on. That was the concept I came with. Uh, yeah, and I'm going to quickly talk about the second and the third one because then I took a very bold decision of running away from home. The second one was actually to kill myself, but somehow I survived. I had some lovely people who helped me because I wanted to break free from the challenge I was going through. So the second, I thought I've got my freedom. Now I'll be peaceful. But the past kept haunting me. So that is when my second attempt happened. I survived. After my third, I just knew that if I try once more, I'm a fool and I cannot live in the past anymore. I wanted the space. I wanted to carve a niche and life for myself. And this is my opportunity to do something. I'm blessed that I did have a couple of very close childhood friends who held my hand and some random strangers, to be very honest, who made sure I was cocooned, you know, and they helped me in my journey. So I did have at least this one person who believed in me and said, I believe in you. I'm going to stand by you. I'm going to help you. I believe in you, in what you've gone through. Don't worry. I'm there for you. That I'm there for you is what helped me move forward. When we talk about the turning point, I will talk about one more thing. But yeah, so for me, it was the third attempt that was a wake up call, total wake up call saying, now it's not my life. It's a life given to me and I'm supposed to do something for someone else. It's no longer my life. So yeah, we can't hear you, Shrija. You're on mute. Can you
You're
unmute?
on mute.
I can
Hanji,
Unmute.
only say that I am unmuted now.
Yeah, yeah.
little better.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, my connection is a little unstable. Yeah,
that's fine.
so yeah, I may just be like out in ill and all that, but with you guys. But all I can say is that, for me, it was obviously the thoughts do come in, that life is useless and stuff like that. But because of my, people around me, like the friends and family, and few of my mentors and trainers like Manjari Latte, Dr. Shukri Jain, Shilpa, and Abby, and many others, who've always been there with me, I have always found strength in them. And my sister had been strongly holding up for me, and so that was also one of the things I would say. The family really matters. It really matters that if you call them at 3 a.m., they are there. And my husband has been supporting me, and even people have been around me. So I could bypass the thought of ending it all. But I will still say, no matter how much your family is with you, they cannot save you from the biological low that you feel at times. So
True.
even though you people had reasons, I would say that, you know, my father was once arguing with me that what reason do you have? You got it all. So, you know, being that generation, he could not get it what depression really is and what would make you sad like that. I said nothing is making me sad really. I am not able to feel up to it, you know, to claim life or just go out to work, or I do have my mood swings and I cannot explain it. There was a time when I could not explain it to myself, and I would give myself the label of procrastinator, lazy, or living in denial. But actually I was living in denial. And then, I went to Rishikesh and I went to Sadhvi Saraswati ji. Sadhvi ji, who's there, she talks every evening at 5 o'clock, which is Parmarth Niketan. And I asked her only one question in a very open group session, that Sadhvi ji, is it possible that despite of doing all the spiritual stuff and despite of being in a training forum, I'm a trainer, I deal with people, I'm a therapist, I treat people, and here I'm helping people, and here I am the one who's going down into depression, and I have one day blacked out from my life. People say you're not committed, but I really cannot explain to them that I could not make it. I just could not make it. So it was so difficult for me to even come up. And then she told me only one thing: how strange it is that one person who has diabetes has no issue taking a medicine because it's a chemical imbalance. How strange is it that, if you have BP, you can take a medicine.
True.
But if you have a problem with your mind and it has one dopamine hormone missing, how difficult it is for you to accept that you can take one pill, that extra salt that it needs. If you can take it, how would it make a difference? Again,
That's
I'm
okay.
back.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she told me just take it for a while. And coming from her, being a saint and all that, giving such lectures, I realized, yeah, what? She's not wrong. And I listened to my friend for the first time. Jayashree had been telling me dopamine was missing in me, the happy hormone. And
Yeah.
because of the TB medicine, so whatever reason, it had dipped to the level that days would just go, and I would just I didn't know, I mean, how to answer people. That one day I'm so active and the other day I don't have any energy in me. So I started taking this thing and this medicine, and it aided me a lot. And I could stand on my feet and I could do things that I planned for and stuff like that. So I helped myself.
Wow.
Yeah, move forward. Yeah.
Akash, would you
So
like to
after that,
share something? Yeah.
Yeah, the turning point I can say that as I finding out someone to help me, and
Hmm.
before that, after the demise of my son, we came back home and just the thoughts came in, coming in the mind that how we will live now. When we four are there, now we are three. So house is not house actually. So at that time we feel that, let's now finish everything. So that is only the thought. So then even my husband he also saying the same thing. But when I give a thought to my son, younger son, so I thought, what is the fault of food? So that makes us stop. And the turning point is this, that meeting with the Dr. Tripti Jain.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the Ma, and now whatever I am, and I am here because of her. She holds me at that time until now. She is guiding me whenever at those moments whenever I get depressed and anything. I just text Ma, "Okay, this is happening, what I will have to do now." And never it happened that she didn't reply. She always replied me. ऐसा नहीं होता है बेटा, ऐसा करना है, ऐसा करना है. So it helped me a lot. Actually, she is the angel. It helped me a lot to come over it. Then slowly I just helping my husband also to come out from this, and we managed, however, and that's it.
I just loved what you said that uh, while one personal loss, which is an irreparable loss, uh, made you want to end your life, and both of you collectively rather, but the other precious soul in your life made you look
Yeah.
forward to life all over again and live. Um, I think that is something we can all take away, that if there is something to look forward to sometimes, we can
Yeah,
shift the
I also
moment.
yes, yes. I think that the people who are in depression or who are in that stage, they must think about their family, their parents. Uh, must give a thought to them. What
Absolutely.
is
It's
their thought? They are doing this.
Hmm, I get that. So that was your turning point, that you were looking at your other child and you said, okay, I'm going to give life another chance.
Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful. Shrija, Anushri,
I think Anushri, I mean, what was your turning point?
did you
So,
have a turning point? I'm sure you did.
yeah, so when I woke up after 3 weeks, and it takes you months to come back to normal, to you get back your memories, which you have kind of lost due because of that thing. So for me also, it took me good, I think, a year to come back to normalcy in terms of because I was forgetting a lot of things. So yeah, but the biggest thing which I had to look forward to was my daughter. And I felt that, I can't, she's a woman, she has to live life. She has to grow up into a beautiful soul. And seeing a weak parent, a weak mother, what is she going to carry? What would be her life? I can't do that to her. I have to ensure that she's a stronger person, she's a stronger human being, a compassionate human being. And thankfully, she is one. She's a strong person. She's very compassionate about things. And she's doing psychology. So, uh, looking at all of that, I'm very happy with the way my daughter has become now. She's 20 now.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I had a very big thing to look forward to was my daughter. And certainly, Shrija and my parents are extremely, extremely important to me, because they are the people who actually helped me completely come out of it. So, as Shrija rightly pointed out a few minutes back, that you have to deal with your own self in this. People can be there, but if you would not reach out to them, they will not be able to help.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it is so important that you reach out to them
And tell the truth. I mean,
and
not
tell the
just,
truth. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So even today, I reach out to my daughter now. I mean, she is my such a strong support system now. We both. I mean, I reach out to her for anything and everything. So that my turning point was my daughter. When I looked at her, I said, no, I can't do this.
Like, like Akash had a younger son, she had her
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Shilpa, what was it that you looked forward to, and what was the turning point for you? Because you were at that time single and young, and yeah. So I
Yeah.
want to, yeah.
Um,
And there are
so,
many young girls out there, who would be listening and who are into self-mutilating behavior, self-harming behavior,
self-destructive, I had a
yeah,
couple of them,
self-destructive,
you
yeah,
know.
and
Yeah.
yeah. So we need them to also hear how do you turn around, and what was it about you that you turned around?
So one of the things I took on to that time was a lot of journaling and writing. I guess that's why I'm an author today. But I wrote a lot that I started feeling. I had to figure a way to vent out, because there was nobody to listen. I had a friend or two, but how much am I going to call her? And it was a time of landlines more so,
Hmm.
very
Hmm.
limited cell phones and pagers, call me kinds.
Hmm.
Uh, but there's this one of my brothers. I He's my John, I would say. I met him
Hmm.
after like a year, and he had just heard that, we had a long gap because I'd left home and I was a black sheep of the community and whatever. People didn't know the reasons. Uh, so he gave me a book. He had a book in his hand, and I've been a voracious reader. So book is where I hide myself, or I find myself, or I live multiple lives, you know. Uh, and this book was my turning point.
Okay,
I,
that is
u-
it.
yeah, I use that
Really?
book like Bible, Veda, Quran, whatever you call it. It's a small book called as The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale.
Okay.
I practiced every page in that book for
I,
six
I
months.
love that what you said. I mean, we all may be carrying many books, but the most important thing is that I've learned after so many years is to practice what they are saying, is to live with it and literally
Yeah.
practice it.
I had three
Amazing.
diaries of that
Yes.
book, handwritten notes, one for home, one for my job, because I had picked up a job. I was living alone. I had to fend for myself.
Pause.
I had one with good handwriting where all important quotes were written. And fourth was literally the book itself. So I don't ever miss it. I had placed it in so many places. And I would wake up, and today we talk a lot about as that look in the mirror. But that is back then I would do that because it was written in the book that, look into the mirror and say it's going to be the best day of my life. And even if I
Hmm.
face the challenges, someone is going to help me get out of it, and I'm going to find a way to work with it.
Hmm.
You know, their book taught me to forgive. It taught me to, the book was everything for me because I had to practice every page. So you want to forgive, you want to be grateful. I learned to be grateful at that age, and I learned that you have to let go of the past. So the memories, or if something would come in my mind, I would say, you know what? But that was then. Today, this person took care of me. This person complimented me. This is the work I did for myself, and I'm grateful for this. So the whole power of gratitude,
Yeah, that,
forgiveness, and that book. And the third was a turning point where I told myself, I'm going to be this person someday in my life. I don't know how, but I will be this person for many more at one point in my life. I don't know when, I don't know how. And that is a promise I made to my younger self back then, that I will be an inspiration to many. And I hope I can be someday. Or I will be a coach, counselor. That time we didn't have this concept called as coach. But I was like, yeah, main ban ke dikhaungi. I will become that listening point, that motivating person for others. Yeah, so that was my turning point. That was totally my turning point. Life moved on. I was more into jobs, but we'll talk about what do we do now later. But yeah, Shrija, we can't hear you. You're back on mute, darling.
yes, yes. Okay.
So I have already covered the next question. What worked for you? What actions you took? That's for me.
Hmm.
But I'm
Hmm.
going to ask the same questions for you guys. What worked for
Yeah.
you? What actions you took so that the turning point started working for you very well? So you mentioned some, Anushri, but if you have more pointers to add.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So what worked for me that was that I first needed to accept the situation I was into,
Hmm.
and
Beautiful.
then distract myself from that particular thing because I can't do much about what is happening. I have to accept and move on. I mean, there's no looking back on this now.
Beautiful.
So I accepted what had happened and I moved on. I said, okay, if this is it, so be it. I will make it. And I firmly, firmly believe on the, you know, positive thinking because what you think, you imbibe it. You know,
Hmm.
that gets, what do you say? What do you call it, Shrija? That comes true.
Think, yeah, think things, sorry, thoughts become things. Yeah, we
Thoughts become
manifest.
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
manifest. Yeah. So I just thought that I need to manifest on myself that everything is good around me. Every person I'm meeting is good, and I'm happy. I'm happy about the situation I'm
Tell them
into right
about the
now.
lists that you used to make, the lists that you used to
Yeah.
make.
I
Yeah.
had a huge
Because,
list, a bucket list I used to make every day on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
What to do, that this is the time frame I give to myself to achieve this. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. And I had a whole big list. I still do that. I still have it. I have that habit, that okay. And I feel it makes me feel nice. It boosts me up when I see,
and
okay, I've
it gives
achieved it.
her something to look
Ah,
forward to,
Yeah, the
right?
goal.
Every day.
yes. The
Yeah,
Yeah,
goal, yeah.
yeah, the goal.
yeah.
So, it was like, and I used to feel so nice. It used to boost me every time I used to open the list and see, oh, I have achieved this. Wow.
Wow.
And it used to be as small a thing as
Yeah, that's the
buying an
key.
iPhone. I wanted to buy an iPhone. I mean, it was as small as that, and as big a thing that I wanted to buy a house. So right from very small thing, because every small thing leads into big happiness. You know, the happy moments.
Beautifully said. Small things lead to big moments. Beautiful.
Yes. So I had very small things in the beginning, but it was a big list, and the list as big as my house, and a list as big as my car. You know, as a big list as small things. They are very materialistic things, but then they are achievements. They just portray your achievements. That from nowhere you have, from absolute negativity, you started because there's nothing. It was a new life that was given to you. It was a gift that came to you, and how you utilize it to the best.
True.
So that's what I did. And I just involved myself into work completely. And that was my distraction. The first was my acceptance, and the second was my distraction, or you may put it, getting involved in something which made me happy, and my work made me happy. And that led to my achievements, and probably that helped me come out of it. And that saying, no, you fake it till you make it. So I used to continuously remind myself, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. And I'm happy now. I'm very happy and very peaceful.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
How
You
about you,
know it.
Akash? Thank you so much, Anushri,
Akash.
for sharing.
Yes.
Yeah, what thing the work for me is the, in one word I will say, healing.
Wow.
So healing worked for me actually. When I went to the Dr. Tripti Jain, and the healing has been done by Ma, the sessions has been done by Ma. So it really helped me a lot to come out of that situation, and learned why all these things are I'm suffering from. And as Anushri said, acceptance, yes, that is also the thing. When we accept the things in the life, and the acceptance comes from inside, then things become smooth a little bit. And of course, after having the acceptance, and after the healings, I started looking at different angle from of my life. Like initially, I never I never imagined that I will be a healer, or I will come in like this in this healing part. Never. It was never in my life. So I was a teacher. I was a dance teacher, and in the private schools, and I was teaching. I am also running before that and dance academy. But after this, when I after this incident, it changed me a lot. I am a different person now. I can say that. I learned a lot from the healing. Before healing, I am taking 4, 5, 6, 7 tablets a day to just release my body pains, and I I also have the thyroid problem, and then high BP came after this incident. But with the healing, now I am not taking any medicine. Everything has been dropped. I cured my thyroid also. This is a
Name the
big
healing,
achievement, I
Akash.
can say.
Name the healing therapy.
Thank you so much, Rija. We would like you to name the
Yeah,
healing
Name the
modality
healing.
that
yeah.
works for
Yeah.
you.
The thyroid I just cured with the health constellation done by the Triptima.
Yeah, so I
Uh,
was one of
and
her parts of the body. I'll tell you.
yeah,
She'd
yeah.
come to past life regression therapy retreat, and we were in Rishikesh. And in past life regression therapy, towards the advanced part, we had done family constellation, and in family constellation, we did health constellation. Dr. Tripti Jain was leading it, and I was a part of her body. Okay, so we were all made one part of
Yes.
Akash's body, and we had to respond according to the body. I don't know what happens.
That's
Magically,
interesting.
we literally start feeling her pain. And as an empath, I was completely down. And I still remember the heart and everything. We were having a conversations, and each part was getting healed as it was being guided.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly, I could feel lighter. I moved towards the entire body. We did the integration part, I didn't know that it will have such a good effect. Now Akash herself is saying it after so many months that
Wow,
she is better and he'll feel so good, Akash. Wonderful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was also waiting for my test reports, and when the reports came, I was also surprised. Without medicine, now I have no problem, no body pain, my thyroid is cured. So it is really, it is amazing actually. So it worked well. So I can only say that for me, healing worked well.
The alternative
Wow.
therapy of past life and the many versions
Yeah,
of
yes,
past life
Oh,
yes,
therapy,
yes.
yes.
and it
Yes.
Yeah,
really works for
many,
you.
yes,
It
yes.
Beautiful.
absolutely
Thank you so
works.
much for sharing. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for
Yeah.
sharing.
Yes.
Yeah, Shrija,
Absolutely. So, sorry, what's the question? Yeah, I got lost in past life regression. It's my favorite.
I can see it. So, what worked for you and what actions you took?
Right. So, as I've already mentioned, medically also I made myself sane. And one of my friends, he is really taught me how to live life every day. So we talk almost every day, and my health and my sleep and my food habit, everything has become better because of having people who are also that kind, who simply correct you with by being friendly and not really counseling you. And he corrected every pattern. So friends have really felt much better and in control of my life when I started looking after what I'm eating, my nutrition, my sleep pattern, my satsang, whom am I communicating with throughout the day? I'm an empath. I absorb a lot of feelings. So am I, is somebody draining me out? And if it is, I without unapologetically, I do my distancing. So I do stuffs which are very important to save myself and protect my energy. So, and that's what I do, and this is how I am being. And I allow myself to write off few days, which is really important sometimes. When the moon
Beautiful. So,
is
you
in a
do
certain
take your
space,
time.
yeah, I do allow myself to write off no matter who thinks whatever. There's a day if I have to write off, I just do that. So I stay in the
That's what
bed,
worked
I
for you.
relax, yeah, and I read a lot. So that
So,
also
I'm
helps.
jumping into the question because Akash already said that she's a healer
Yeah, yeah,
and she was a dancer. So, how about Anushri? How about you, Shrija? What do you guys do now? Because we
and you
started with
too.
our stories that from, like we said, from hopelessness to hope. So, what are we today? And what do we bring on the table? And these are our turning points, some of our fine learnings. Somebody took healing, somebody made a goal list, somebody has amazing friends, and also worked on the diet. For me, it was a book, and of course, my
Yeah,
right set of friends and my
yeah,
journaling. So, what is it that
absolutely.
all of us do now? What is our current
So,
occupation or job or passion?
Oh yes, yes. So you could have
so
talk about that
Shifa,
session. Now this is
Yeah. Sorry?
Shifa, one very interesting thing, when you talk about book, there's one book which also helps me a lot, which helped me at that point in time. And that was Who Will Cry When You Die?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that
Robin
name,
Sharma.
Really? Who will
yeah. So
cry when
basically,
you die? Yeah.
so what
No, but
happened
I
was
used to
after,
say, I have to add this. I used to misspell that book by saying, "Who will die when you cry?"
so when I kind of, came back to the normal life, I came across this particular book, and the name attracted me too much. So I said, let me read through it. What is it in this? I am not a very voracious reader like you or Shrita. I'm more of my laptop and my work that keeps me busy. And but this book kind of lives with me every time. It's on my phone
Wow.
even today. So because this book kind of gave me a perspective, a new perspective towards life.
Yeah. Shrija,
So
a lot of people are asking me, I'm so sorry,
Yes.
where do they get, they are trying to find us live on FB, but they don't know
Life
what
changer
to come
workshops.
on. Life
Life
changer
changer
workshops?
workshops.
Okay.
Yeah, with Shrita. Life changer workshops. If you type, you can see us live
Super.
there.
Sorry, Anushri, please continue.
no,
Yes.
that's okay. So so that helped me. Well, and my profession, I totally went into a corporate
Mm-hmm.
world. We began from a very small business house as
Mm-hmm.
a business development manager, and in 16 years of time, here I am. I'm a national head at one of the big corporate houses. So that's the journey, and I had small, sessions of achievement in between. Apart from my professional achievement, I have a big achievement every time I see my daughter, reaching a milestone. I feel that's an achievement for me.
Wow.
Her class 12, her class 10, her class 12, her getting into a college, her, the kind of independent mindset that she has, all of it is, kind of gives me a sense of achievement within me. So that's how I take my pleasure. I derive my pleasure from all of these things around me. It gives me pleasure when I look at somebody and if I can make a little bit of a difference in that person's life, that gives me happiness. So these
Wow.
are the things I keep doing. And professionally, yes, I am working in a government house. And I enjoy my work thoroughly. I love my work. That's about it.
Akash, how about you? What kind of a healer are you now? What do you do?
Yeah, I am now working as a past life regression healer, and
Interesting.
I do sessions. I am also intuitive reader, and so many other healing modalities I am doing, and healing the people. One interesting thing I want to share. One lady came to me a few days ago, before the lockdown, sorry, and she just came to me, just wanted to know what is this past life regression. I just asked her, what is the problem? As you started speaking, so I am just listening. She spoke near about 1.5 hours about her problems, and she's speaking, carrying on. From this I am going through, from this I am going through, and I'm just listening her. And after that, she said me, "Ma'am, now it is okay. I don't need any session. It has been released." So it is so
So
wonderful
she needed to
at that
ventilate.
time. Yeah, actually. So this is a problem. I just wanted to acknowledge this, that this is the problem of the women who stays at home, housewives. They don't have anyone to share anything with anyone. So I can say that they are just full of the things, whatever comes to them. They are just
Mhm.
suppressing everything they are taking on them. And
That
when
segment is quite for yeah, I
Mm,
quite agree that it's statistically the segment of homemakers are going
yeah,
through a lot of
yes, yes,
depression.
yeah.
Yeah,
So if they, I think if someone will listen them, so that is, I think that is sufficient for them. uh,
powerful
at my
suggestion.
so
Yep.
Yeah.
Very true.
So I am now, at present, I am now Faridabad, and I am doing healings, and I come up with the healing with Akash, and people can connect me with this.
We love you,
Mashallah.
Akash. Yeah.
Mashallah. Beautiful. So you've really turned around and you're now healing people.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful. Beautiful.
Awesome.
yes,
Shrija.
thank you so, yeah.
Uh, I was about to come to you. Okay.
No, no, of course
So,
not.
so first, I would say that I don't know if my sister's mentioned it or not, but I'll first introduce her corporate career has been very, very beautifully grafted over the years. She's, of course, gone through the ups and downs of all the stages, but she's now doing very well, and she's in a very settled position in a very good company, and in one of the top leaders she is, and I'm very proud of her because I have seen her doing MBA after her baby was 4 years, and I've seen her work and reach to the place and complete her IIMs from home, and she kept herself upbeat, and I'm really proud of her. So she's one of the persons that. And me, I got into therapy. So I am extremely into NLP as a therapy and past life regression. And I take timeline therapy, so I've combined past life regression and NLP, and timeline therapy, in which we also take them to the past lives.
Hmm.
And whatever memory surfaces, the idea is only to collapse the pain with the cause. And so that is what we work with. And very interestingly, when I was sitting in front of my counselor, I asked that person, how can I heal somebody when I am going through bouts of depression myself or anxiety myself?
True.
So he said, oh, so according to you, a cardiologist cannot get a cardiac arrest. And we all laughed.
That's
He said,
beautiful.
"You
It's true.
yes," and I had done a counseling session with Malti Bhojwani, who I idolize. So Malti also said on the phone that, Shrija, you're going through the dark tunnel because you need to see it before you help others out of it.
True.
So you need to understand what it looks like, what it feels like to be an empath and help people, not just theoretically or at a distance you're helping, but you're going to go in the mud and take them out. So for that, you need to see how it looks like. And it was a beautiful thing that she said. It gave me hope. And I took that in my career. I'm completely into writing. So I'm an author. I've done one book, Rendezvous with God, with my friend, dear friend Abhilasha, and I'm doing 2, 3 books. One is with Shilpa, and
Mm.
another one is called Entitled Love to Untitled Love, is the title of the book that I'm writing currently. And I'm into healing methodologies, as a therapist
Beautiful.
and a trainer.
Beautiful.
Now it's your turn,
Yep.
Shilpa.
So I'm a life transformation coach,
Yes.
certified coach. Okay. I work with neuro leadership, neuroscience. I'm into multiple alternative therapies, 2 times bestseller, where I wrote a chapter on what is the reason you wake up each morning based on Ikigai. That's what we were talking about. There was a time I wanted
Yes.
to end my life. Now is a time where I'm looking forward to my day. Which I also mentioned earlier that I wanted to be that person for others, and that's how I became a counselor. I'm a dream interpreter. I'm majorly an intuit and a sensitive soul, so I do a lot of oracle card readings, tarot,
Right.
past life. I was one of the first batches of Dr. Chen of past life therapy way back in 2008.
Yeah,
I took to that
exactly.
time because I realized since it's helped me heal, it's going to help many other people. And I've started combining all these therapies. But if I go a little backwards, I've been a corporate facilitator. I facilitate firewalks. I work on meta mindset changing. Um and yeah, I'm a smile spreader. If I had to put a one word, I'm a smile spreader and a happiness warrior. That's what I call myself. I want to be there for people. I want to serve.
I,
I'm here
I
to
love
serve.
that. Yeah, light workers and happiness warriors. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I just want to
Absolutely.
do that and nothing
And
else.
what's the one message that you all want to give to people who are listening to us and who have joined us and who are with us? What is
I
that
want to
one
ask,
message?
is there a one particular way that has personally worked for you to cope with anxiety and stress?
If you say one particular way that has really worked for me is shifting, is NLP. Okay,
Okay.
so all we do is we shift our energies immediately. What you can
Yeah.
do is
Yes.
move your physiology. It's very, very, difficult to make you understand at this point of time. Of course, you all are into healing, so you know. But if you can just shift from the place where you're having these thoughts continuously, and if you can just shift your body and energy from that place and keep moving, right? The energies will start shifting. And then after that, once you've shifted from that place, you start involving yourself in little goals. Give yourself very small little goals to work on. One little goal. Even if it is to clean one of the jars in your room, if you're sitting in just one little goal, and you completely shift it, and then give a call to a friend or somebody. You can, have a word who will not judge you, who will not give you a moral lecture, but rather who would just accept you the way you're feeling and who would just listen to you. So it's very important to have that kind of a circle, friends. Really important. So it's okay to have less friends. It's okay, completely okay. But to have meaningful friends is what is very important. To have such family members who would stand by you no matter what.
And
So
also, no matter how difficult it was, take that one baby step. If I had to put in
baby step.
layperson's language for
Yeah,
for
take
the
that one
audience who's
baby step.
watching,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
एक छोटा सा कदम to shift,
बिल्कुल,
एक छोटा सा action
बिल्कुल।
step ले
Yes.
लो.
Yes.
यस।
I do
और
agree.
मैं
Yeah.
एक और चीज़ कहना चाहूँगी जिसने मुझे बहुत ही निकाला इन दिनों में, एंड दैट वाज़ गोइंग टुवर्ड्स बुद्धिज़्म।
Mm.
So when I am doing the chants, when I'm doing the japa, it really takes me out of all negativities and it takes my mind somewhere else. So it
So
really works.
faith for you,
Yeah,
personal
faith
practice.
works.
Have a
Yes,
personal practice that works for you as an
absolutely,
anchor.
absolutely. Has a personal, yeah, have a personal practice. And what about you, Shilpa and Akash
I
and
was waiting
Anushri?
for Akash and Anushri as well.
Yeah,
Then
I think I am totally agree with the Shrija that energy shifting is a very very good thing when we do. And second thing is the meditation. I do a lot of meditation
Okay.
to make myself calm and prepare myself for the day in the morning. It is very beneficial if everyone will do this, and you will come out of the depression when you do the meditation when you make it your routine.
Okay, beautiful. So for you, that's the suggestion you want to give to people, that when you're anxious or stressed. But what
Yeah.
else? There should be more practices that we can give to our audience as tips. Anushri, you have also something more to add. So there is personal practice as faith, shifting the energy, meditating.
Yeah, so I personally feel that all of this, yes. There was one particular sentence that was told to me by somebody way back in 2000, that do not cling yourself on people.
Okay.
Don't cling on people. And I was told that the problem begins because we cling on people.
Hmm.
I didn't understand it at that point in time. I was just 22 years old, and I was like, why is it so told to me? How does it, how is it relevant? But I understood it way back, later in 2004, or maybe probably 2006, I probably understood this point. And that is so important. Do not cling on people. Do not have only one focal point. You know, you have to live for yourself. It's very important. It's a precious
Beautiful.
life that you've got,
Hmm.
and
Yes.
that's only one lifetime that you know that you are getting. You don't know what's coming next.
Yeah.
Maybe you have lived in the past, you will maybe live in the future as well. But this life is precious. And there's so many other people who are dependent on you because of that, their happiness probably
Yeah.
depends on you. Your parents, your family, your friends. Live for them, live for yourself.
Live
Live
for
for yourself
yourself.
first.
First, live for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I always keep telling all of them, Shrija, my daughter, my nephew, everybody, the song that always resonates in my mind is "Humko man ki shakti dega man vijay kare, दूसरों की
Beautiful.
जय से पहले खुद को जय." If you don't respect yourself, you don't love yourself, nobody would dare to do it.
Yeah.
True.
Nobody, nobody.
True.
So just do that, practice that.
Yeah. Sorry, I had somebody coming in.
Sure, that's it.
So for me, it's simply that I will sit with myself. I tell myself the moment is in the now. In this moment, everything is fine. There's nothing to do with the past because right now, it's okay. There's nothing wrong around me in this moment. I take a lot of deep breaths. I've realized that. And also, we say that when we take deep breaths, the oxygen reaches your brain, uh, your reaction,
Yeah.
response, the amygdala that gets hijacked turns to calm down, and you're able to think a
Yeah.
little better. That's why we would say, or our ancestors or elders would say, Pani piyo, lambi saas lo. There was
Yeah.
a scientific
Mm.
reason behind it. So I would
Yes.
probably first thing in the moment is tell myself, right now it's okay. I need to
Breathe.
focus in the now. I won't let the past affect my present because I am the creator of my future. And in my future, I want to make my dreams come true. So all is well in my world and all will be well in my world. Personally, for me, I had spoken recently in one of my lives about Gita Sar that everything is happening for good, everything will happen for good. Just focus in the now, and I'll get to that later. I think it'll get a little tangential here. But yeah, the whole thing is about breathe, be, and tell yourself, at least I would tell myself, I can do this, just this one step. I'm able to do this. And I will make an impact for my own self, if for nobody else. So that was very important for me. And second is to accept that you're feeling anxious because a lot of times we tend to suppress it by distracting ourselves कि यार ये मुझे ध्यान नहीं देना है you know so and earlier in our conversations all of us mentioned that we were in denial, then we moved to acceptance, or we were unaware. So it's very important to first check in your body that I am feeling what I'm feeling, because till you don't feel, you don't heal. You can't run away from your feelings. And so for me, it was very important for me personally, and I would ask people that own up that you're feeling what you're feeling, because that's when you're releasing the energy. If you suppress it,
Mm.
it's like a spring. It'll keep coming back. What you resist will persist. So once you own
Correct.
up, you're able to move into a new dimension. Either shift, accept, delete. That we will see with time. We can have another entire session around how to work with it. But that one tip is very important. That own up what you're feeling. You want to cry, cry. I'm
Be
going to sum a bit
authentic
of the
there.
pointers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've written few pointers which I'd like to sum up. But yeah, this is the tip I would like to give, that own up. Feel it. If you feel it, you will feel. Have water, take few deep breaths, and have that sacred space that Shija mentioned, that you mentioned, you know, and love yourself. I mean, you are worthy of your love, your life, you know. Yeah. Shija, you want to
Shilpa
say
is also
something?
a cat lady. Shilpa gets a lot of positive strokes from her cats. She
Yeah.
lives with four of them, and so she gets her. And now she has a mountaineer nearing husband. You know, he's a mountaineer. So life is amazing, and that's how you manifest it.
Yeah,
And
true.
yes, from zero to something you can shine actually. And
Yeah.
that's what Anushri, Akash, you, me, I think we all have summed up life as. And we are definitely moving forward with a positive mindset. And we hope that all out there, just delete this word stigma from, the association with anxiety and depression. It's okay to not be okay. It's
Exactly.
okay, and accept it, and don't expect others to accept it. When you are in denial, how can you accept, that everybody would understand you? It's
True.
okay if they don't understand you, let them
Thank
be.
God.
But yeah, but you just follow what you have to do for your own body, for your own mind, and for your own health. And
Can I add on? Can
yes,
I?
yes, please. Yes,
Tears
please.
and feelings are not gender based or age
Absolutely.
based. So
Yes.
please own up to what you
Yeah.
feel. Find
Absolutely.
a vent. I'm just summing up. Find a vent
Yes,
out zone,
absolutely. Yes.
person, place. If nothing, scream, record,
Yeah.
write. But if you're feeling low, do some of these things. Find safe people, like most of us mentioned, not the ones who
Yeah.
judge you, but people who are going to just listen to you, accept
Yes.
you, take few deep breaths. I'm going to move to caretakers because Shreja, you've played both the parts as a caretaker and as someone
Yeah.
who's gone through this. For caretakers who are watching this, please observe for all the symptoms that we have spoken in this entire 1 hour of conversation. There are so many symptoms. Watch out for subtle signs or personality behavior change, right? Um, ask when a person is reaching out to you,
Hmm.
ask them, what would you like me to do in this moment? Do you want me to just listen to you, hug you, or are you seeking a solution or an advice? Sometimes, as caretakers, we want to protect them, or we have a projection of overbearing, nurturing capacity. But maybe they just want to vent out. They just want someone to hold
Like
their
Akash
hands.
mentioned, yes.
So
Yeah.
please go ahead, caretakers or observers or friends. What would you like me to do? Just hug you, guide you, listen to you. Um,
Yeah.
Create a non-judgmental space. Do not have your face so many expressions that you're very aghast or appalled, because you're giving them another clue as to how painful the journey is. Also, don't expect them to cheer up instantly because you are expecting that.
Hmm.
Just let them be for as long as they want to be in the zone. Allow them to be. Create a sacred, safe space.
Absolutely.
Because if we start expecting them to instantly cheer up, next time they don't come to us saying, yeah, she's not able to understand what I'm trying to
Probably that is what
say.
leads to smiling depression, as she mentioned. Yeah.
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 So, oh wow, I'm going to research. You just reminded me again.
Yeah.
Again, for caretakers, also take few deep breaths. And for people who are going through, either you are going through a depression or you're a caretaker, please, if you're feeling helpless, seek help. Look for alternative healers, look for psychiatrists, counselors, coaches. There are so many helplines today. You know, let's
Yeah.
leverage them and really seek for professional guidance if you feel that someone is not there to listen to you. But try and take few deep breaths and dial that number. Do something about your life, because your life is precious and it matters. You're very, very
It
beautiful.
matters.
I just, I was watching a video and of Manoj Bajpayee, and he was talking on what Sushant Singh Rajput has done. So the question to him was that you also come from Bihar and you are also not a star kid. How did you deal with it? He said, not all minds are same. Not everybody can react the same way. So each one has a different way of dealing with it. Sushant dealt with it in a different manner. I dealt it with it. Manoj Bajpayee also had his set of issues. And the sentence he said was, life screamed at me, I screamed back more loudly.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
loved it.
I think
Loved
this
it too.
love
goes
this
with this.
sentence.
This is
Yeah,
I
beautiful.
love this
awesome.
sentence, because
So
I always used to
let's say
tell,
that
yeah,
when
so I
life
always used to
screams
say,
at you, you scream even more loud. Yes.
yes. So I love this sentence of Manoj Bajpayee. And if you're a big fan of this guy, so I love the sentence he said, it was so easily he said that. And I used to always say, catch the bull by the horns. And I said, no, this is impacting. This makes sense.
Beautiful.
Do that. Do that. डर ज्यादा डरता है हमको डराने से ज्यादा वो डर जाता है. So
Exactly.
please अपने डर से डरो मत.
Yes.
Let your faith
Face
be bigger
first.
than your fear. The faith in yourself
Absolutely.
first and then
Face.
your surrounding.
Absolutely. Face your fear. That's the first step. Face it.
Beautiful. I think we are getting in the live mode now again.
Yeah.
But no, thank you
Yes.
so much. This
And
means a lot. We had made an impulsive decision to reach out, and both of you, especially Akash and Anushri,
I'm so glad.
I can't
Thanks
be
for giving the
grateful enough.
opportunity. Thanks for
This
giving the
platform.
opportunity.
And this is
Yes.
Shrija, special thank you for threading and weaving all of us together. I have met both of you today for the first time, but it feels like I really know you. Thank you, really. And Shrija, thank you for making this happen. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thanks,
I think we
Shilpa, for
should
the
do a little
insight.
more
Thank you very
around
much
this.
for.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and I invite all those who are watching us. Just we are a call away. If you want to be part of end the stigma and discussions in future, just give us a call or hold it yourself. It's so easy these days. But keep spreading the word for those who want to listen, who must
And if you
listen.
want us to talk
Yeah.
further on a topic, write to us. Shrija, do you want to take on
Yeah.
any questions?
I
We
don't
forgot
think there's
about
any
that.
question as such which come, but yeah, Nishtha says it never thought like this. So yeah, Nishtha has said that, and we have many likes. One person has shown. He said that it's a very good event. Anshu Saraf has also said very good event.
Thank
Sanjay
you so
Upadhyay
much.
says very nice. And there are various people who joined through different pages, Shilpa. So let me
Okay.
check the other page. Yeah, because I've done a watch party. So probably we'll have to take the questions once we are, once we are
We'll
back
do a
on
separate
Facebook and
session on
all.
that.
Yeah, we'll do
Done.
that. Yes.
ठीक है, done.
Thanks, Akash. Thanks,
Thank you very
Anushri
much.
D.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shilpa. Love
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Thank
Love
you,
you
guys.
Thank you,
all.
guys.
Bye.
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 Bye, guys, and stay safe, stay happy.
Stay
Yeah.
safe, stay happy. And it's okay to not be okay. Love you
Yes.
all.
Yep.
Love
Yeah.
you all.
Love you.
Happy. Bye.
Bye.